Hello?
Welcome to Cry School.
Cool.
Follow me.
Your future is coming for you. But don't worry, we'll get you ready.
Hi, my name is Brooke DePelto, and I'm the Dean of Academics and Curriculum at Cry School. Cry School is a small school. We only have 290 students, and that's great because when a school is small, when you have a school of our size, you're gonna sit in the front of the classroom because there really is no back of the classroom. We see our students as individuals. We don't see them as a collective group. They're not a mass. They are people. They're individuals with hopes and dreams and goals, and our faculty see them for who they are, and they work with them to move them forward. We really believe in customizing a student's schedule to meet his needs. So if you're passionate about science, we have all the science classes you could dream of taking. If your strength is math, we offer 4 years of college math at the high school level. If you're passionate about language, you can double up in language. You can study Spanish and Arabic. You can study Arabic and Mandarin. You don't get to be a number. You get to be you. And as you get to choose the classes that best meet your ability and your needs and your desires. Research tells us that boys learn differently, and it's true. Boys are more active learners. In our Learning Resources program here at Cry School, we have different avenues to help our students. We have teachers who work with them to teach compensatory strategies. That program is really individualized, but it's within a class. We also have a writing center where students can receive one-on-one support with their written work. So we're working to augment our students' skills so that they can be the best students they can be here at Cry School. We try to use a variety of testing mechanisms. So students will take standardized tests, they'll take classroom exams, classroom assessments, but they'll also do project-based learning where they have to work in groups, where they have to be thoughtful and deliberate in creating and designing a project. We're really immersed in our community and we're immersed in our surroundings. Education doesn't just happen inside the walls of a classroom. There are opportunities everywhere, every day to learn and to grow. One of the really great things about an independent school is that you get to see your teachers in different lights. You see them as your teacher, you see them as your coach, you see them as your dorm parent, and so you build these multi-dimensional relationships in which you actually get to see your teachers as real people. Our teachers care about our boys, they care about them, and I'm going to come back to this again and again, because at the end of the day, we're all working towards the same goal, and that goal is to educate and prepare our boys for college.
So hi, my name is Ron Ramsey. This is my 5th year at Christ School, and I am the director of the outdoor program. The outdoor program here at Christ School includes lots of activities: cross-country mountain biking, rock climbing, bouldering, whitewater kayaking, backpacking, hiking, adventure racing. We take advantage of our mountains, and we take advantage of the interests of the students and the faculty that are involved. Christ School sits on 500 acres of mixed hardwood and pine and 7 miles of trail and a lake that allows our students to on campus get out and recreate on a regular basis, and is the foundational instructional area for our outdoor program. We live in an amazing place that allows our students the opportunity to get off campus and to get away. Within 30 minutes, we're catching fish, or we're taking our bikes off a trailer and in some of the best mountain biking terrain in the Southeast. I think something our students benefit from here at Christ School and beyond is an authentic opportunity to experience something with other people, find a passion that stays with them for the rest of their life. We're real thoughtful and intentional about creating those opportunities and empowering our students to lead. I think the essence of our outdoor program is a quotation from William Blake, where it says that great things are done when men and mountains meet. And I think that sums up our school and our outdoor program at the same time.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome. It is Lax time on the Christ School Broadcast Network. I'm Bobby Long alongside sophomore Thomas McIntosh, bringing you this matchup between the Greenies of Christ School and Our Lady of Good Counsel, all the way from Olney, Maryland. It took 8 games, but the Greenies have finally returned home to play in front of the home crowd for the first time this season. The Greenies have been all over the Carolinas, facing some difficult opponents. Thomas, tell us about some of those victories.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Bobby. Greenies went away to Charleston and faced the private school state champs Porter Goud and Oceanside Academy, and went on to defeat 3-time defending state championship Wando 18-5. And Coach Miles says it may have been the most impressive half in the history of Christ School Lacrosse. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. I was there. It was absolutely unbelievable the way in which they played. But if you want to talk about impressive, we have to talk about this Saturday's victory over perennial powerhouse St. Anne's Belfield, where the Greenies, trailing by 1 with under 10 seconds left, scored to take it into overtime. In overtime, the Greenies, led by Davis Lindsay, a junior, scored to give Christ School the victory, and impressively the 200th career victory for Coach Miles as a head coach here at Christ School. The Greenies are 8-0 heading into that contest, and I, for one, am excited for this matchup between the Greenies and a very talented Good Counsel squad. Thomas, if you could tell us a little bit about what are some goals offensively that Christ School is looking for heading into this matchup?
Yeah, well, talking to Coach Miles this week, what he really wanted to focus on is, just play their style. Don't worry about the types of defenses they're playing up against. Just play their game up tempo, win faceoffs, and get into transition opportunity.
It's going to be a great game. We're excited for it. Here momentarily, we will have the national anthem, and we will be back to bring you this matchup between Good Counsel and the Christ School Greenies. All right, we're back and ready for this matchup once again between the Greenies of Christ School. They will be in white with the gray helmets, and Good Counsel in blue with the gold helmets. Starters for Christ School, we have Bo Hekimovich. We have number 14, Kevin Masson. We have Will McNichols, Spencer Dyer, Zach Grindy, Sean Dow will take the face-off. Davis Lindsay, Sam Bassett, Jack Harrison, and number 21, Parker Bird. So far this year, Sean Dow has been absolutely fantastic from the face-off circle. He set a goal out this year, hoping to get about 70%. So far, he is around 78 to 79%. So a lot of this game will come down to how well the Greenies can do in the face-off circle. And against St. Anne Belfield, on Saturday, he was 22 of 26. And Greenies will take the face-off. That's Zach Grindy, number 16, who will get a touch. Ball over to the freshman, Sam Bassett. On offense, we have Jack Harrison, Sam Bassett, Parker Bird, Davis Lindsay. With the ball now, that's junior Jack Fitch. Looks like the ball is going to be turned over. This will be the first possession for Good Counsel. Taking it out will be number 25. That is Chris Honorand, a senior attackman.
Looks like one official overrode the other one. Now it's possession with the Greenies.
Yeah, Davis Lindsay will start the possession for Christ School. In goal for the Falcons of Good Counsel is a junior, Sammy Matusik.
Able to save it there on a fast shot.
Yeah, heads up play by Spencer Dyer. Spencer has been a huge asset for Christ School these last 2 years. Really stepped up this year and been part of this great defensive squad for Christ School. Is Jack Fitch over to Davis Lindsay, the black leg sleeve. Parker Bird to Davis Lindsay up top. That is Zach Grindy.
Ooh, fast shot, but just off. Jack Harrison there to keep the possession going.
Yeah, that shot taken by Zach Grindy. He has 13 goals and 4 assists on the season. And that's 13 goals on just 22 shots, so very efficient for Grindy so far this season. And they're going to call a ward there on Parker Bird. Now this officially will be the first possession for Good Counsel. So first chance to see the Falcons on offense. Defensively there was Will McNichols who taps it out. Ball's up top with number 3, Matthew Schism. That's Drew Dixon there with the ball. Defensively here we see short stick midi Jack Fitch as well as Zach Grindy. Also Kevin Masson. We see number 19, Hagen Brooks, playing LSM.
Great defensive possession so far by the Greenies, not letting anything up or pass them.
Yeah, the coach has stressed all week, really important for Christ School would be the communication defensively, and we see them doing that so far. That's a good job by Hagen Brooks to force him away from the circle. First shot attempt there saved by Bo Hekimovich. And a good job by Hagen Brooks to tap it back to Bo Hekimovich. And the Greenies are out and running now That's Zach Grindy on the far side. No touch yet for Christ School. In for the first time is Coles Manning. It's number 18. That's number 20, Will Dodenhoff, in for the first time, as well as number 10. That's Keese, all the way from Ontario, Canada. Coles Manning gets by the defender, shot saved. First save there for good Counsel.
Yeah, Coles Manning, he's been a key role player on this team. A great leader all around, too.
Yeah, got about 6 goals and 2 assists on the season. He was big for Christ School, scored one of the first 2 goals on the season, in last week's game against St. Anne's Belfield. So huge play from him throughout this season. And good Counsel will get their second possession of the game so far. There we go. Great steal, good pressure there by Marcus Berger, who's running. Jack Harrison to Davis Lindsay behind the goal. Coming in offensively, Zach Grindy as Marcus Berger goes out, and Jack Fitch will come in. So they're going to call Jack Fitch for inside the crease. Looks like his stick got caught up there a bit. Up top, that's number 28, Joshua Berry.
Falcons still holding on to possession here.
Yeah, interesting technique here. Greeny's definitely trying to keep the ball out of the middle, and that gets tapped away by Grindy. Good defense so far. Man-to-man defense from Christ School. You know, I haven't seen really a good shot attempt by good Counsel yet. Ball's moving here, and we're going to get a steal. Kevin Masson, but turns it over. Nice job by Bo to get that there. Good dodge from the Falcon. But Christ School is moving now. On the far side of the field, that's Zach Grindy. Ball behind the net to Davis Lindsay. Davis on the season so far has a fantastic 29 goals and 22 assists. As Jack Fitch with the dodge. Great job there. Goal scored by Jack Fitch. Assist to Davis Lindsay. And Christ School leads good Counsel 1-0 here with 7 minutes already off the clock. 5:07 remaining in the first quarter. Greenies will take the lead. And back to the face-off circle where Sean Dow is 1 for 1 on the game.
Defensive possession all starts there. They played tight press and able to cause a turnover, work it around, and Jack Fitch was able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's Jack Fitch's 7th goal on the season, 3 assists. So he's been an integral member for the team. Sean Dow gets it. He's moving, gets a touch, and he will come off. Coming on for Christ School will be Keese as Davis and Keese and Will Dodenhoff as Davis will slow it down for Christ School. Good pass there from Davis Lindsay. Shot scored. Sam Bassett. Sam Bassett, just a freshman, but has scored 15 goals in the last 4 games for Christ School. Another great pass. Drawing the defender was Davis Lindsay. Goal scored. And just like that, 2 goals in less than 20 seconds. And that pressure offensively from Christ School has gotten to good Counsel so far. What do you feel like is happening here recently in the last minute or so, Thomas?
Well, they, like I said before, defense has been struggling for them, and the Greenies been able to take advantage. And like I said, they are a very fast-paced offense. So once they score one, they come in bunches. As Sean Dow is able to throw an impressive pass.
Yeah, we got numbers here. 5-on-3 pass from Davis Lindsay gets tipped, but we're going to get it back. That's Marcus Berger, the senior. And we'll get it to Jack Fitch and slow things down. So had an opportunity to score there, but Greenies will take their time, leading 2-0 here in the first quarter against the Falcons of good Counsel. That's Dodenhoff with the ball up top. Parker Bird. Parker Bird joining Christ School from Cary from Cary, North Carolina. Oh my goodness, what a shot there. Jack Fitch will score his second goal. Picks that one out of the air and throws in a side shot there as the Greenies have scored 3 goals in the last minute for Christ School. So real impressive last couple minutes here for Christ School, and they lead 3-0 over good Counsel.
It's a great 50-50 ball. Anybody can get it, and Fitch is able to come down again. First year at Christ School, able to make an impact right away.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things that we've seen so far this year is when it comes to those 50-50 balls, Christ School has done a great job getting them. And when you're able to get the loose balls like that, so to speak, pick up those ground balls, it's going to go a long way into being successful as, well, let's see, still fighting for the ball. Let's see who comes up with it.
Still scrambling.
Yep. There's Sean Dow's in there as well as Andrew King. And they're going to call, not sure what they're going to call yet here. They're going to call a timeout. That timeout will go to good Counsel. So 3 for 4 from the face-off circle. And, we didn't get a chance to talk about it before the game started, but one of the most important things you'll see is who can come out with the, with the lead, overall in the face-off circle. And so far, 3 for 4 for Sean Dow. And Greenies find themselves up 3-0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. He's been able to really turn it on. As last year, Jack McLaughlin graduated, and now he's been able to take on more of a role for this Greenies team. Yeah,
Jack McLaughlin was fantastic for Christ School in his time here, part of 2 state championship teams, and Sean Dow found himself with a little bit of time last year and really succeeded for Christ School. And Jeff Miles talked quite a bit about Sean Dow when I was speaking to him yesterday, and he said that he's been one of the most valuable players for Christ School so far this year. Mentioned in the game on Saturday, he was 22 of 26 from the face-off circle. And St. Anne's from Virginia, they are a fantastic program, and he said that basically anytime we didn't win a face-off or anytime they got the ball on offense, they were scoring. So if it wasn't for Sean Dow coming out with 22 of 26, a 12-11 victory might look a little bit different. So we had twice as many opportunities as Stab did, and sitting at low 80 percentage from the face-off circle. Anytime any college player or high school player is over 60, it's a pretty good percentage. So to see in the low 80s, he's really been instrumental for the success of this team.
Absolutely. The game goes as Sean Dow goes, is what Davis Lindsay told me today, and especially last week against Virginia. So, that he's been able to take advantage of those opportunities, those face-offs, and just being able to start out a good tempo and ultimately leads to a win. Yeah,
one of the good things, too, is when you have a face-off guy who can create offensively and stay on offense rather than having to come off real quick. It's great for the team. And Sean Dow, he scored a few goals this year his own. Has at least 7 assists. I don't think he scored, but and they're going to – so Davis got leveled there in the air. Good Counsel will retain possession. As a good hit there by Zach Grindy Ball's going to go out of bounds, and it will move over to Christ School. So great job there by Grindy to surprise good Counsel. And Greenies will take over. Offensively, we see Coles Manning, Davis Lindsay, Zach Grindy, Sam Bassett, and Jack Harrison. And coming on will be Jack Fitch, who's already scored twice this game. 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Rare turnover for Christ School, as with the ball now is number 2 for good Counsel, Seth McCann.
Just passed it off, and hopefully the Falcons can convert down 3 goals and see if they can swing the momentum here quickly.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like they've kind of figured it out offensively. Obviously, we know they have quite a few talented players. As that pass shot will go wide, but they will retain possession. Number 7, good dodge there. Better defense from Marcus Berger. Andrew King keeping his man from getting the ball. Good slide over there by Spencer Dyer. That's Will McNichols defensively blowing up the pick there. Oh, that shot off the post.
Good awareness by Hekmovich to get there if that hit the post or his leg, but the Falcons still have the ball.
Yeah, it looks like they're still trying to figure out what they want to do offensively. They're doing a lot of one-on-one here. And I think one of the things that Christ School does so well is whether the ball is behind the net, is they do a great job of having guys move, trying to get open position, making cuts. And it feels like right now that good Counsel's just content to try and dodge and kind of go one-on-one. So let's look to see what they do here in the second quarter as we near the last minute of the first. That shot's going to go wide. So 4 or 5 shot opportunities here on this possession for good Counsel. Just one was on goal. That's Spencer Dyer, who's headed to North Greenville next year. Good job by Marcus Berger, and he's going to get the ball. Marcus Berger will take it on his own so far. Nobody's picking him up. He will take it all the way for the touch and finds Davis Lindsay. We've got 21 seconds remaining.
Do you take a quick shot here or hold on to possession?
You know, I think Christ School has so many fantastic plays drawn up by Coach Roth, so I would imagine they are going to take their time. And you know what? Just let Davis Lindsay do his thing as Davis Lindsay scores with 5 seconds remaining. Took it on his own. It looked like he did a good fake there, made a nice dodge, and that's Davis Lindsay scoring his 30th goal on the season. 30 goals, 24 assists. And Christ School with a great start to this first quarter as they lead good Counsel, who's traveled here from Maryland, 4-0.
Now we see Colin Schott up for the face-off. He's a freshman.
Yeah, just a freshman. In fact, I teach him in my Empires and Encounters class. Participated very well in class, so let's see how he does in the face-off circle.
Great to see a student athlete on the field.
Yes, sir. 5 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1. Good job there by Ross Oakley and Colin. And the Greenies will lead 4-0 at the end of the first quarter over the Falcons of good Counsel. We will be back shortly to bring you the second quarter. All right, to start the second quarter, Greenies lead 4-0 over Good Counsel. Thomas, what do you feel like you saw in that first quarter that that allowed the Greenies to get this 4-0 lead?
Well, they won a lot of faceoffs with Sean Dow as he takes it down. Let's see if they can create an opportunity.
Oh, that was beautiful. Sean Dow to Parker Bird. Jack Harrison finishes it off. What a possession to start the quarter for Christ School, 5-0. And when you talk about athleticism from the faceoff position, Sean Dow handles it there as he, ground ball, picks up the ground ball, able to make a couple guys miss, finds Parker Bird with a fantastic pass through traffic to Jack Harrison, 5-0. And that's how you start a quarter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 13 seconds in for Christ School.
And another win for Sean Dow. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Yeah, not entirely sure what they called there. Didn't really get an idea from the official. But the Greenies will be on defense. And Davis Lindsay will remain on defense. So you have Davis and Zach Grindy, two short stick. Good move by number 25. That shot will be, hold on, we got a flag. Not sure if they're going to call this a goal here. Actually, goal will be scored. First goal for Good Counsel. There's also a penalty, so let's see what that is. It'll be 11:17 on the clock.
I believe it was on Davis Lindsay. He's not used to playing on defense. Quick adjustment, turnaround. Davis just had to stay on the field for that possession.
Yeah, so it'll be a 1-minute penalty, so he'll be released at 10:17 for Christ School. So big possession for Good Counsel as they score and get a penalty. So this is a huge face-off for both teams as Christ School finds themselves they find themselves man down. But Sean Dow able to pick that up. So let's see. Davis is normally the one for Christ School who will work to kill the penalty. We'll have to have some guys step up as Zach Grindy comes on for Christ School.
And you see the Falcons doing a lot of what Christ School was doing on defense, pressing up on the middies and the attackmen, not letting an easy pass and making Christ School really work for it.
Yeah, you're right. This is a big possession for them. They feel like if they can get a steal and take advantage of this man up, maybe they can get another goal as they find themselves down 4 and maybe kind of get the momentum back in their favor. As Christ School started off the second quarter with a goal just 13 seconds in. So that's Zach Grindy with the ball up top. Just 6 seconds remain until Davis's release. Coles Manning with the shot, saved. It's Sammy Matusik.
Will he take it all the way?
I wouldn't be surprised if they call a timeout. Nope. Oh, good dodge there. Pass.
Ooh.
Man, unfortunate there for Good Counsel as they made a good pass. Christ School now going the other way. Jack Fitch, who's had himself a game so far, finds Davis Lindsay. Davis with the dodge, and that's going to go just above the goal. I almost spoke too soon. But good job there to force the turnover. Good job by Jack Fitch to find an open Davis Lindsay, but unable to convert. Greenies still lead 5-1, 9:19 remaining, as they're going to call a penalty. We will have a penalty on Good Counsel. All right, so here they will call the penalty. It's going to be 1 minute. So he'll be released at 8:01. So first man-up opportunity for the Greenies. Their man-up squad so far this season has been unbelievable. And we'll have Jack Harrison, Zach Grindy, Parker Bird, Davis Lindsay, Jack Fitch, as well as number 13, Sam Bassett. So one of the things the coaches talk about in a man-up possession is really moving the ball, trying to get the team a little flustered and see how well they're going to communicate.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially I'd imagine the defense is panicking right now, especially now with all the offensive players that are attackmen they have on the field.
Yeah, near turnover for Christ School, and they will, in fact, in man up, have a turnover. 4-on-4 here for Good Counsel. Spencer Dyer did a good job of transitioning back onto defense. As for the first time, we see number 32, that's Coker Ford, will come in defensively for Christ School. On the ball back there is Will McNichols. So good job by Good Counsel as they are able to kill that man-up opportunity. And good recognition from Zach Grindy as number 7 came in for Good Counsel. So Coker Ford, Zach Grindy, Kevin Masson, Jack Fitch, Spencer Dyer, and Will McNichols. So Thomas, what do you feel like you see offensively from Good Counsel? What is different between the Greenies, who have been able to get 5 goals offensively, and Good Counsel, who's just managed just 1 at this point?
Well, it all comes down to time of possession. Greeny has been killing Good Counsel with time of possession. Great save by Hekimovich there. Whistle blown. I believe there's a penalty.
Yeah, I don't see a flag down, but Bo Hekimovich will give the ball back to Good Counsel. Coming in for the Greenies, we have Hagen Brooks and Marcus Berger. Okay, so the flag is by midfield. Couldn't see that. We'll let you know here in a second. Okay, so it doesn't look like, so we are, I believe, even now as Ross Oakley runs in on defense. So Greenies continuing to press and play tough man defense as that pass, deflected, and it will go out of bounds. Great job by Christ School.
Great awareness there by Will McNichols to able to disrupt the pass there. Pass over to Dyer as he goes. Hands it off to Jack Fitch.
Jack Fitch with 2 early goals in the first quarter. He's had himself a solid game so far as Coles Manning will come on. Marcus Berger off. That's Zach Grindy over to Davis Lindsay. Look for Sam Bassett, does a great job of creating space, finding an open lane, so to speak, as good defense there by number 20 on Good Counsel. And they don't have a number 20 on their, they do. That's Mason Volley as Christ School will take over off the turnover. Davis Lindsay will start the possession. Lindsay, Manning, Fitch, Grindy, Harrison, and Sam Bassett. And this is the part of the field. Oh, my goodness. Davis Lindsay had a great fake there, able to put it home. Kind of a no-look shot. Don't know if the defender saw it until it was too late. And the Greenies find themselves up 6-1, 5:51 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, Davis Lindsay, he's been able to, all season and his whole career here at Christ School, he's been able to come around X and just, scare the defense and the goalie and able to create another opportunity there.
That's one of the things I think, even from his first, when he was here as a freshman, one of the things I was most impressed by was just his ability to play behind X. He's so comfortable, so smooth back there, and able to locate, not only the cutter, but really do things on his own there. And that's actually how they scored that final goal, that 12th goal in sudden death overtime against St. Anne's, was that he came around X. An unfortunate turnover there as the official seemed to be in the way. Jack Harrison made the probably the smart move not to stick stick his lacrosse stick right in the face of the official, but nonetheless, good counsel will take over. Greenies continue to press here. And it looks like they're making a concerted effort to keep the ball out of Drew Dixon's hand. He's an attackman. Number 7. We have Ross Oakley, who is completely warding him off here, trying to keep the ball out of his stick.
Yeah, we watched Dixon pregame when they were warming up, and he rarely missed. He hitting the goal every time, and smart move by Coach Miles on defense.
Yeah, absolutely. They came into the game with good counsel, that is, with 23 goals scored. He had quite a few of them, so maybe that there was they knew coming into this game that he was a person they were going to have to look out for. Now, if you look at good counsel's record, they come into this game 0-3, but it's a little bit deceptive as they've played some of the best teams in Maryland. They played DeMatha, and it was a pretty close game. I believe it was 13-5. Is a big hit there, and they're going to multiple flags will be thrown. That's Hagen Brooks. He's going to sit. Looks like he got a little close to the head on that one, and we'll see officially with 4:16 remaining in the first half what the call will be. Officials discussing. Let us see. We're going to get the official call here from the official. All right, so this will be a releasable penalty. They called it a hit to the head. So Hagen will sit for 1 minute, unless, of course, good counsel scores in this possession. We got James Lilly in for Christ School for the first time this game. Greenies looking to kill this penalty, as good counsel will go on offense, man up. And Thomas, for the first time, it really looks like good counsel, who takes a long shot there, saved by Bo Hekimovich, for the first time is really moving the ball offensively, which is one of the things that we thought maybe coming into the second quarter that they would do to kind of change things up.
Yeah, absolutely, and you see it here, especially man up, an important time to able to come back and cut into this lead that the Greenies have.
Yeah, always, man up. Obviously, Greenies down one person here. Really imperative that they continue to talk, and it looks like so far they've done a good job. But open shot opportunity will go between the legs of Bo Hekimovich. That goal is scored by number 17, Connor Lozapone. Pregame, I tried to get all of the names down, and that was the one that I knew I was going to struggle most with. But great goal there from Connor. And the Falcons of good counsel put another goal in. 6-2, Greenies lead with 3:30 left in the first half. All right, so face-off man number 22 for good counsel. Moves a little early. Greenies will go on offense. We see Mikey Peralta checking in for the first time. That's Sam Bassett behind the goal. Joining Sam on offense, Peralta, Harrison, Bird, Fitch, and Grindy. Jack Harrison came to Christ School last year And they're going to call a flag, so Greenies will have a man-up possession. Let's see if Christ School can convert here. Zach Grindy, that shot will go wide. But Greenies will put in their man-up offense, which, as you can imagine, does involve Lindsay, who will come onto the field. So this will be a releasable penalty. So let's watch Christ School as they're going to move the ball. They rarely, in a man-up possession, take a shot in the first 10 seconds. They like to move the defense around a little bit, see how well they communicate, because that's Lindsay to Grindy.
It looks like the Falcons kind of staying home on defense, not letting anything past them.
Yeah, Greeny's doing a good job of moving without the ball, trying to make life difficult, make defenders turn their head. Is that Sam Bassett to Zach Grindy? Has some space. Shot will go off the post. Oh, what a pass from Jack Harrison. Excuse me, from Jack Fitch to Harrison. Snuck behind the defender, and he'll score. 7-2, Christ School leads 2-0-4. Weren't able to score in the last man-up situation, but a great play there from Grindy to make a dodge, take a shot off the post. Jack Fitch, who we've talked about, doing a great job of picking up loose balls, able to get that one in and make a great pass to Jack Harrison, who scores there.
Yeah, absolutely. Very unselfish play. Jack Fitch had a wide open shot, but passed up as he saw Harrison come around the crease, and Harrison kind of snuck by.
Very impressive game so far from Jack Fitch, and another face-off win from, just about. It looks like, though, Greeny's able to retain possession. That's Sean Dow. And he's going to draw two defenders. Someone's open. And we're going to call a timeout, as for the first time there for Christ School, we saw number 24, James Sinque. And good hustle from Christ School, and to able to get that loose ball. And they will have possession with 1:46 remaining in the first half. And we'll be back shortly. Greenies remain in man up. That's Parker Bird on the far side of the field with the ball. Lindsay to Harrison. Oh, just off the post there. Great pass from Grindy to Harrison. Unable to convert. Greenies retain possession. 1:19 left in the half.
And this is where we see the Greenies kind of kill possession here, especially kind of close to the halftime, excuse me. But this is kind of where they win their games, their time of possession.
Yeah, real smart players on Christ School, as we see a great cut from Davis Lindsay. Good save by Good Counsel. Oh, dangerous pass there from the goalie of Good Counsel. And they're going to call a timeout. Threw the ball away right in front of the goal, but able to call a timeout, and they'll have a chance with 44 seconds left in the first half to try and take this lead from 5 to 4. But so far, all in all, Thomas, I feel like, a great half from Christ School. Came in, no goal scored until about 5:07 left in the first half, and the Greenies were able to rattle off 4 in the last 5 minutes. And though good Counsel has scored 2, Greenies remain up 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said before, time of possession kills, but they've been able to win a lot of faceoffs. Sean Dow's been doing a good job there, and the Falcons on offense kind of working the ball around, but haven't been able to get a solid look as Spencer Dyer and McNichols have been able to hold them off.
Yeah, you're right. And I would imagine if you have a bit more time at halftime, Falcons will come up with something a little bit different in the second half. We talked about Christ School doing a good job of keeping certain guys from getting the ball and forcing other players to go one-on-one against some of our good defenders. So ball thrown across the field. Falcons looking to get a touch here. And they'll do that. So big 30 seconds for both teams here. Greenies will try and keep good Counsel from scoring a goal. That's number 7 with the ball. He's the one they've been trying to keep from having it in his stick. 10 seconds left. Greenies got to talk here. Pass batted away from Spencer Dyer. And that is going to do it. The Greenies, good job there by Trey Goning, able to pick it up and throw it back in to potentially get a goal to end the half. But nonetheless, Christ School will lead 7-2 at the end of the first half against good Counsel, who's visiting us here all the way from Maryland. And Thomas, we talked pregame about what some of the keys were to the game offensively. And, you talked about Christ School playing their game. How do you feel like they did so far in this half in playing their game?
Yeah, so they kind of took a few minutes in the first half to, just feel the game out. But I think Coach Miles kind of hit the nail on the head right there with saying that, they want to play up-tempo. That you saw the goals come in bunches. And, they were able to do that and able to come out to an early lead. Yeah,
I think you're absolutely right there. One of the things that all of the guys really talked about, when we talked to them earlier this week and talked to them throughout this season, is they really felt like they control their own destiny. And it doesn't matter who they're playing, if they can play the way that they play and how they play, and what really has gotten them, even though they're different members of the team, gotten them these state championships these last 2 years, they felt like they could go out and be successful. So they've done a good job of that so far. And when we talked about the start, I talked with Coach Miles about the start this year, and he really didn't want to talk specifically about the record. Yes, they're 8-0, and some publications have them ranked high in the nation. One of the things he said that he liked about this team was that they practice really hard. Coach Miles says he's a practice guy. He loves the teaching. He loves the scheming for games, and it really translates to the game specifically. And he really felt like this team has been focused and prepared all season, and that games are really just the product of how hard they practice. And I think that's one of the things that you see out here is, there have been games in years past where, we might have a bad turnover, but I feel like Christ School so far does a really good job this year specifically of taking care of the ball.
Absolutely. So, and also you talk about, being prepared for your games, including last year when Hunter Vines and Jack McLaughlin graduated, somebody had to step up. It's good to see Sean Dow and Zach Grundy take over the midfield positions and able to be prepared.
Yeah, that's a great point. And, I think the testament also to the fact that Christ School has 14 seniors on this squad. It would take me a while to go through all of them, and we will certainly talk about them throughout this season as we still have, hopefully, 6 or 7 home games before the playoffs, and then hopefully if we can have that number 1 seed again, the right to host a state championship if the Greenies are able to continue with how well that they've been playing. But, I think it's just a testament to the fact that when you have guys who are seniors who have been playing for Christ School their entire careers, who have been in some tight and tough games and some big games as well, that I think, they realize it's about us and it's not about the other teams, and they just want to be the best part of, he said, the best us that we can be. So
Absolutely, and especially it's good to have veterans on the team to teach those young guys like Sam Bassett, Mikey Peralta, all those young guys that are really going to be here in a couple years. It's going to be their turn to teach those young guys as well.
Yeah, and I just want to say one more time, congratulations. Many of these coaches have been part of Coach Miles' coaching staff for quite a bit of time, but 200 career wins for Jeff Miles. Started this program 18 years. Their first season they were 0-6, and over the last couple years, 17 wins, 18 wins. They were invited to the Geico National Championship, 2 back-to-back state championships. So a testament to how this program has grown over time, and really just a great job. And we've seen that so far here as Greenies at the half lead Good Counsel 7-2. And we'll be back in about 5.5 minutes to bring you the second half of this matchup. Thank you, guys.
Hello?
Welcome to Christ School.
Cool.
Follow me.
Your future is coming for you. But don't worry, we'll get you ready.
Hi, I'm James Euler. I teach history and I'm in charge of the 8th grade program at Christ School. This is my 16th year here. One of the best things about the 8th grade program at Christ School is that they're in a small group and they kind of become the bedrock of that class and what that class is going to mean to the institution. We try to build a community using some of the seniors that are going to embrace them as big brothers. And it gives them a benefit of learning and growing together. Boys are almost inherently competitive, and we have to kind of teach them how to be collaborative. What they get to do by being here in 8th grade is they're kind of getting, it's a springboard into high school. They're getting guidance from some of the most seasoned professionals that we have here at Christ School. They get to know each other really well. We try to do things not just inside the classroom, but we like to get them oriented into this community in this city. By the time they start 9th grade, when it really matters, they know the system, they know what's expected. And I think that gives them a big advantage compared to someone coming in at 9th grade it becomes a great setting for all boys to thrive. Because in the end, these guys learn about love and citizenship and faith and believing in themselves and believing that they can become something greater than what they already are.
All right, we're back for the second half. 7-2, Christ School leads. 24 minutes remaining. It's just like in the first half. Sean Dow will win the faceoff. Ball to Davis Lindsay. Greenies have numbers. Davis to Parker Bird. Hard to describe with 12 seconds. So to start the second quarter, Greenies scored in 13 seconds. That time they score in 12. As what do you call that shot? I mean, it looked like he was swinging a golf club rather than playing lacrosse.
A little submarine action there. I guess, I don't know. I mean, first with Sean Dow with the nice pass, and Parker Bird, only a sophomore, able to capitalize there. Another guy on the team, young player, able to make an impact.
Yeah, what a good start to the half. Really can't ask for anything better. And Sean Dow able to make a great pass, and he'll win another one. And he's going to probably have to take it on his own here. Here he goes, beats the defender, gets a touch. And it looks like they're going to try and make it difficult for him as they're pressing up on every other defender. But this is a dangerous situation for good Counsel to be in when you're trying to press Davis from that far away. He'll throw it just over the head of a cutting Grindy, but Jack Harrison able to save it there. Jack Harrison with the dodge, coming around X. He puts it home. And, I don't want to necessarily disagree with a game plan of another team, having never played lacrosse myself. However, what I will say is Christ School has a lot of players who can beat guys, off the move. And it looks like 2 straight times here. If you're going to press, Davis Lindsay, he's going to be able to get around you. And it looks like they came out, they sprinted out at Harrison, and he was able to make a nice move there and get by. And Greenies, first 55 seconds of the half, will score twice, 9-2. As a good near face-off win for good Counsel. And we'll see here as Marcus Berger, nearly he almost picked it up there and he would have been gone. But Hagen Brooks able to pick up the turnover there. And Jack Fitch on the far side of the field. Good hustle there by Hagen Brooks to get off. And Zach Grindy will be wide open in the middle of the field. Let's see if they see him.
Sam Bassett down. Oh, covered.
Coles
Quick
Manning.
adjustment.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, you're all right. Coles Manning coming in, cutting across the middle of the field, and Christ School will take their time here, but it looks like they're still pressing. So that's Jack Fitch with the ball. Good pass to Sam Bassett. Bouncer will go over the net. No penalty called there. That's the goalie with the ball here. Let's see. Last time this happened, they called a timeout. That's number 26 with the ball. Pressure from Lindsay. Unable to take it away. And let's see. This is Marcus Berger fighting for the ball. Good ground ball picked up there by number 7. He's dangerous for good counsel. Picked up by Hagen Brooks. Great job there to stop the break.
I believe this is good counsel's first possession of the half.
Yeah, you know, Sean Dow won those first 2 faceoffs. Greenie's able to score twice in the first 55. And so they're going to take their time, try and give their defense an opportunity to rest as we see Coles Manning, Dyer, Brooks, Masson McNichols, and Marcus Berger. Great defense there by Hagen Brooks, able to get it to Bo Hekimovich. And Greenies, unfortunately, will have a turnover there. Good defense from McNichols. That shot will go wide. That was number 9, Brian Tregoning. And restarting the possession will be number 6. That's Brian Sajak.
Even though good counsel holds on to possession, great hustle by Hekimovich to, after that shot, go towards the boundary line. Wasn't able to come up with it, but great to see from the goalie.
Yeah, Bo, you know, he's had himself a heck of a season. Bo's been starting for Christ School since he was in 8th grade, now a junior, as he has a save off the stick there. He's going to have another chance here, close one. And, you know, that's tough. There's really nothing you can do from that position as that goal scored by number 9, I believe, number 6, Brian Zajac. And when you have a one-on-one situation like that, really nothing you can do unless the guy's going to throw it right into the basket, so to speak. But Christ School still remains up 9-3 with 7:59 left.
Looking at that replay, kind of went low to high back again. So
really don't know what you're supposed to do if you're the goalie in that situation. But important face-off here for good counsel. But Sean Dow will win the face-off. He's got numbers. Jack Fitch, Sean Dow to Jack Harrison to Sam Bassett. The freshman goal scored. Greenies get to 10 with 7:50 left. And I feel like that's the 3rd or 4th time so far this game where the Greenies have been able to, I think that's one of the things that's so impressive about Sean Dow. It's just not his ability to win the face-off, but it's his ability to be aggressive after that. And the fact that he can create so much for Christ School. And, Thomas, you're familiar with what the hockey assist is?
I believe so. I don't know. I'm not a huge hockey guy.
No worries.
I apologize.
It's the fact that so in hockey you actually get an assist if you're the guy who passes it to the guy who passes it to the guy who scores. So it's the hockey assist. Sean Dow has probably had about 10 or 11 of those this season. They don't show up in the scorebook. So if William Dodenhoff were to pass it to somebody here and that person were to score, Sean Dow would get the hockey assist. But his ability to win the face-off and then make a move and get around a defender makes life difficult for the other team.
Absolutely. I think the defense is just so focused on what Sean is going to do coming down. And, they're just kind of caught looking, and then Sean takes advantage of that.
Exactly. I mean, if you don't pick up Sean, he's going to score, but if the second you pick him up, he's going to find the open offensive player. So good job there by Sean and the rest of the Greenie team to put that 10th goal in. As we see Coker Ford on defense, that's Will McNichols right here. He is headed to the University of Utah, who is just starting their program, I believe, this year. And they're going to play a fantastic schedule. Excited to see what he does at the collegiate level. As a good job by Spencer Dyer, who takes the ball away right as it's in front of the goal. Greenies get it up to Jack Harrison. Joining him on offense, Berger, King, and that's good save there by Matusik. 2 consecutive saves from close range on Sam Bassett shots. Nice job by Mikey. Able to cause a turnover. Good job by Peralta as Greenies will get possession. And this is a tough situation for the defense. Got to figure out who's got the ball and what they're going to do here. Good cut by Peralta across the face of the goal. But Greenies will slow things up here, take their time, and make the defense of Good Counsel work as they lead by 7.
Now we see Mikey Peralta and Keith Zugelhor in the game, along with Bassett, Lindsay,
and Dodenhoff.
Yeah, all guys that are getting good minutes.
So it looks like it got knocked away from Harrison there. Dodenhoff trying to ride him out of bounds, and he will. Great job by William Dodenhoff to push him out of bounds. Greenies will get the ball back. So that's Harrison with the ball behind the net. Harrison to Lindsay. Lindsay to Bassett to Peralta. Back to Lindsay. Lindsay with a pass to Jack Harrison, and that's going to be a goal. Great job by Jack Harrison to sneak behind the defense. An even better job by Lindsay to find him open. Greenies lead 11-3, 5 minutes remaining. And what a great play there by Christ School.
Absolutely, yeah. You see the pass from Davis Lindsay to Jack Harrison. Again, creeping around the crease and able to steal the ball away from the goalie and shoot it in. If you're the head coach of Good Counsel, what are you telling your players at this point down?
Well, it's tough. So they did switch back from that press defense that they were in to start the half. You just got to – it's tough. You've got to stay with your man one as let's see here who's going to come away with the ball. Sean Dow does. Another face-off win. And they're going to call a hold or a foul there on Jack Fitch. But, it's tough. It looked like they tried to bunch up there and play a zone defense. They've tried the press. They've tried regular man. So you guys, I guess, got to try and keep experimenting. And certainly if I knew how to stop the Christ School offense, I could be called in as a consultant. But certainly I don't know how to do it. Christ School here now on defense as we see James Singq playing short stick midi. Good dodge there. Shot will be scored by number 9, Brian Tregoning. And a good job there. Had the ball behind X. Good dodge. Able to get it past Bo Hekimovich. An important goal for Good Counsel. 11-4. Under 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, if you're Good Counsel, you can't really scoreboard watch just yet, and you have to take it possession by possession, and take your time on offense, getting a good look, not just kind of shooting right away, but take your time and don't really hope that Christ School doesn't get a chance on offense.
So they're going to say that Sean Dow left early there. Ball will go to the Falcons. Looks like the Greenies bench disagreed with that call, but nonetheless, they'll be playing defense here, up 7. So, Thomas, last year, one of my commentator, my partner in crime was Will Smoots. You asked the question to me, how would you stop the defense if you were good counsel? And, well, I just got a text from Will Smoots, and he said, I'll tell you exactly how to stop the defense. As a goal is scored there by number 17, that is Connor Lozapone. I think I nailed it that time, Thomas. But nonetheless, Will Smoots says what you got to do is you got to lock off Lindsay and play zone. That's how you stop the offense. So, well, there you go.
A lot easier said than done, but I mean.
Yes.
Thank you, Smooty.
Yeah. Thank you, Will Smoots. Hope things are great in Texas. But there you go. I guess that's how you stop the Greenies, or at least how you try and stop them, as important face-off here for Christ School. Lost the last 2. Said that he left early the time before, and they're going to call a hold on the Falcons. So 11-5, still a 6-goal game, but certainly momentum has shifted a bit as Zach Grindy from far away, good save. And it's been a pretty impressive third quarter from their goalie. I know that they've had a couple, they had a couple of goals scored, obviously, but I feel like he's done a great job and saved a couple of shots from close range.
Yeah, especially on key possessions such as man-up opportunities, and all credit to him. He's holding his ground so far.
Yeah, he's just a junior. That's Sammy Matusik, and he's definitely had a solid third quarter. Anytime, good pass there from Jack Harrison, unable to retrieve it. But, anytime you're in a situation, they're going to call a hold here. All right, so the ball will stay with the Greenies. But, anytime you have a breakaway situation, it's going to be tough for a goalie to stop those. As Jack Harrison unable to catch that one. But I feel like, when we've been in a situation, or when good counsel's been in a situation on a 6-on-6, he's done a really good job of saving these. So,
yeah, we'll see how the momentum certainly has shifted, and see as they bring it across the field if they're able to add on to their goals so far.
Green is continuing to press. That's James Lilly on the ball on the far side. Good job by Will McNichols. Saw the pass coming, able to steal it. Greenies moving here. Got a 4-on-3 situation. Parker Bird to Sam Bassett. Back to McNichols. He's going to score. McNichols, the long stick, able to put it home as that whole play, so much of it was great pressure from James Lilly, and McNichols able to anticipate the pass, gives it up once he drew the defender. Parker Bird to Bassett back to McNichols, and McNichols puts it home. Always fun when a defender scores.
Absolutely, love to see it, especially senior. But Will McNichols been able to, come up big so far past couple years, and certainly has grown into a great leadership position, and love to see it. And
yeah, you're right. That's one of the things that Coach Miles mentioned when I talked to him pregame, was just the fact that they're going to call good counsel moving early, but McNichols has been guarding the number 1 guy all year. But when you have guys like Spencer Dyer and Hagan Brooks and Kevin Masson playing a ton of minutes, they've really just been an integral part of this team. They set out a goal to on the season have their opponent scored less than 6 goals a game. They're right at 5 right now. But when you set out to score 6 goals, or to keep a team from scoring 6 goals, and you have an offense as potent as Christ Schools, you're going to win a lot of games, and that's what we've seen so far as the Greenies are 8-0. It's Will Dodenhoff getting the pick, nearly gets around the defender, avoids the crease, but unfortunately will turn it over. Matusik will take it himself. Yeah, they're going to call a timeout. Good job by the offensive players of Christ School to get in there and make life difficult for Good Counsel. They'll take a timeout with 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 12-5, Christ School leads. All right, so they'll get rid of it. Great catch there. Good pressure defensively from James Lilly. But Good Counsel will retain possession. This shot, nope, near shot. Good dodge there. A bouncer gets past Bo Hekimovich, and a great quarter for Good Counsel as they've put now 4 goals on the board, just 2 in the first half for this quarter.
Yeah, this Maryland team, coming in, a lot of traveling. They're probably tired, just kind of getting the feel, getting used to, playing. And, credit to the coach. Whatever he said at halftime, clearly working. They're kind of sneaking in here.
Yeah, you're right. I have a point that I'll make here in a second, maybe at the end of the third quarter. But 18 seconds left. We've seen Christ School score in 12 seconds and 13 seconds off a face-off. Let's see here if they're able to do the same as Sean Dow win the face-off. He's going to take it himself. Here's a good opportunity. That's over to Parker Bird. Bird behind the back to Sam Bassett. Sam Bassett to Zach Grindy. And what do you say about that one? And that one was and that was impressive. Man, 10 seconds. Was that 10 seconds? That was just 10 seconds. So, yeah, that's exactly what you want if you're Christ School. You killed the momentum. I mean, I guess the only challenge now is can we score in 8 seconds?
Yeah. Just keep it going.
Yeah, so let's see what Sean Dow is able to do here. Regardless, let's keep Good Counsel from getting a shot and a possession. But what a play from Parker Bird to Sam Bassett to Grindy. And here we go. Same sort of situation. Pass will go to number 9. He'll shoot. Good job by McNichols taking that one off the leg. And Christ School, after a fantastic team goal there to end the half, able to stop Good Counsel from scoring one of their own. And they lead 13-6 at the end of the third quarter. We'll be back shortly. Falcons will win the faceoff. That back to Matusik. They're able to get it up and still haven't gotten a touch yet for the Falcons. Good job by Hagen Brooks. That's Marcus Berger, short stick midi. And speaking of the short stick middies, one of the things that Coach Miles wanted to make sure that we mentioned was the fact that some of our short stick middies like Marcus Berger or Andrew King and Ross Oakley have been so great this year. As we see Zach Grindy coming back, he'll get a steal, cause a turnover. He's going to take it himself. McNichols nearly getting another shot opportunity as we see Hudson Ford checking in the game, as well as number 29, Jack DeBose. Also, we see 35. That's Nate Kelly. He's just a freshman for Christ School, and Davis Lindsay as well. And I could be wrong, Thomas. I don't feel like we saw Davis much at the end of the third quarter.
We really didn't. I mean, Christ School, they've been doing a good job of spreading the ball around and giving the ball, especially, we saw that goal from Will McNichols. So even people on defense are scoring now.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's Hudson Ford behind X with the ball, able to keep control. Will Dodenhoff as well. Dodenhoff had a fantastic season so far. He's scored about 7 or 8 goals of his own. 6 goals on the season, and he's been big for Christ School. And in speaking with some of the stuff that I spoke about with Coach Miles, he talked about the fact that, we have a team with great depth this year. Mm-hmm. Obviously Hunter Vines graduated, second all-time leading point scorer at Christ School, who's at High Point having a great start to his freshman campaign. But, we got a lot of depth, a lot of guys playing big minutes. But Sam Bassett has stepped up recently in these last games. Parker Bird has been great. Dodenhoff has been great. And so from an offensive standpoint this year, the Greenies are incredibly balanced, which is always good for an offense, as Ross Oakley here playing defense. Hagen Brooks, Spencer Dyer, Will McNichols, Kevin Masson, and obviously Bo Hekimovich in goal. Oh, so they're going to call a penalty, I believe. Well, actually, we'll see. I'm not entirely sure. I believe that is on Christ School. All right, so they're going to call a penalty on Kevin Masson. They called unnecessary roughness. And then on number 25 for Good Counsel, they called an illegal pick. So we saw a lot of contact there. I don't believe Kevin saw the pick coming. So he had his, as he's playing defense, he had his elbow out, and unfortunately it went right into the face of number 25. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so it's going to be blue ball. Sorry about the I wanted to hear exactly what the penalty was there, but it's going to be a 30-second penalty for Good Counsel, and then 30 seconds after that, Kevin Masson will be allowed back in. So 8:35 and 8:05 for Christ School. So I'd imagine here that Good Counsel is just going to hold the ball for about 25 seconds until they get that man-up situation. Looking to come in the game, I believe it's number 28. Let's see if I can find him on this roster here. That's Joshua Berry, who is a sophomore attackman for Good Counsel. and he will be allowed in right now. So Greenie's got to talk here. He's coming in. Good job by Marcus Berger to recognize what's happening. So they scored here early like this, with leaving someone open on the right side. And just like the last man-up opportunity, good Counsel really moving the ball, trying to find the open man. Ooh. But, yeah, James Lilly able to play some excellent defense. 1 second, we're going to have a release. And good job by Christ School after that that penalty to kill that man down situation. But good job there by James Lilly. Oh, can't say I've ever seen that happen before. And it looks like Hekmovich is down in goal. So, man, you hate to see this. It looked like he, went to stop the guy coming into the crease area, and he may have hit his head on the goal. But he's up quickly. We'll be back here in a second. All right, well, certainly glad to see Bo walking off under his own power. Still don't know what the penalty is yet. Officials are deliberating, but checking into the game for Christ School will be Sam Bree, a sophomore from Canada. Okay, so they called a 2-minute non-releasable penalty, which you don't see very often. Unnecessary roughness there on Brian Tregoning. So Christ School here will have the ball, have possession. They'll put their man-up squad out there. So it's also non-releasable. So if they score here in the first, 30 seconds to a minute, they'll have Sean Dow in the face-off circle with the opportunity to go back out into a man-up situation. So hate to see, obviously, that happen for Hekmovich, but an opportunity for Christ School to lengthen this lead, as that's Davis Lindsay over to Grindy. That's Jack Harrison back to Grindy. Christ School always doing a good job of moving the ball in a man-up situation. That's Sam Bassett to Bird. Lindsay cutting in the middle. He'll replace. Just about 20 seconds into the man-up situation. Christ School does a good job of hiding somebody behind the goal, having them come around X. Here we see Parker Bird. Good job by good Counsel, good communication so far, and a good steal there from number 4. I want to make sure I give him his due. That's Jack Razash. So good job by good Counsel. Still going to have quite a bit of time in this penalty to kill. And if they're going to, good save. First opportunity for Sam Bree. And good job by Lilly and Spencer Dyer to make that situation come out that way. So good job by Sam Bree. First opportunity for him to get a save. He does.
Yeah, we were talking about depth early on in the game, and you just love to see it, especially at the goalie position. I think even with a lot of our backups, and Christ School is still a very talented team. We get a whistle.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because honestly, one of the things that all of the coaches say for Christ School is they truly believe that they have the 3 best goalies in the state. You have Sam Bree coming in, and you also have Farrell Lale, who's also he's a junior for Christ School. So 2 juniors and a sophomore. And these guys are great. I mean, they push each other in practice every day. Coach Iorio working with these guys. And when a little behind the back shot there by Drew Dixon, that's the guy they wanted to keep from getting the ball, and he scores. Still, the number 9, is still in the penalty box. So good job by Christ School. Excuse me. Good job by Good Counsel to score in this situation.
Yeah, you like to see it, especially obviously they were a man down, but not allowing a goal and getting a good defensive stop.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Sean Dow will get it to Jack Fitch. Good cut there. Excellent stick work, able to shift it. Still, 1, 2, 3. Looks like we are back in. That shot will go wide from Davis Lindsay. Nearly taking out a couple of Christ School fans there. As Jack DeBose with the ball. Nate Kelly, the freshman from Asheville, North Carolina. Good move there. Also on offense, we got Keese, Lindsay, Fitch. Oh, fancy dodge there. Davis Lindsay unable to put it home. I think maybe they must have called a ward. I'm not sure how the ball is back in the hands of Good Counsel, but 13-7, 6-goal game with 5 minutes remaining. And really a good half from Good Counsel so far after being down 7-2 in the first. Tegan Brooks with the ball. And they're going to call, it's going to be a turnover out of bounds. Good Counsel will restart the possession. Hold on.
Now, as we see, trying to track Hekimovic with the ball. Over to McNichols, who advances. He's able to take a shot and misses there. Christ School will keep on possession.
Yeah, it would have been a nice shot there. Bouncer from McNichols. So that's Jack DeBose. It's going to get knocked out of bounds. Tough place to catch the ball. And he'll put some pressure on Good Counsel. A lot of greenies in the mix here. Dodenhoff, Keese, and Coker Ford for Christ School. So we are under 3.5 minutes remaining. Greenies lead by 6. Good move from 25. Good job from Spencer Dyer to hit his stick. That one goes well out of bounds. Christ School will restart possession with McNichols behind the goal. So Thomas, what do you want to see in these last 3 minutes or so from Christ School heading into what will be another home game on Friday against Charlotte Catholic?
Well, Charlotte Catholic's a very talented team. It'll be a good matchup to watch, but as far as right now goes, you want to put in those younger guys as they kind of already have, and get some good experience from a talented Maryland team. Whenever you get a chance to play against a Maryland team in lacrosse, it's certainly something that not many teams can say. Yeah,
lacrosse is one of the fastest growing sports in America. So, when programs were started out in the D.C., Maryland area, that's kind of where, the best lacrosse has always been. So anytime a Maryland team wants to come down here and face us, it's a great opportunity for Christ School. It was a fancy goal there scored from Drew Dixon. And, we talked about him pregame. He is and has been as advertised, as that was a nice goal there. Greenies lead by 5 with 2.5 minutes remaining. But last year, John Carroll came down here. We were also able to beat that school from Maryland. It was actually Coach Miles' alma mater, is where he went to high school. So great opportunity for Christ School to face another talented team.
Absolutely, and now as we see Sean Dow with the face-off to hopefully get an answer right back.
Yeah, it's going to be a penalty on Sean Dow. A hold. Ball will go to Good Counsel. And Good Counsel's done a much better job in this second half from the face-off circle. Obviously, we saw Sean dominate the first half. But Good Counsel certainly has been better in the second half, which has given them more possessions offensively. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we've seen, when you're able to win a bit more from the face-off circle, you're going to have a lot more opportunity.
And, certainly the Greenies defense looks like they've been letting up a bit, but they've gotten maybe a little tired. And, now I guess the Greenies offense just not used to kind of just waiting for a possession as the Falcons were eating up the time of possession.
Yeah, I think, it makes a big difference if you're able to hold on to possession that much. I think we saw Christ School really take advantage of that in the first 3 quarters. I feel like the Falcons team, may have been a little tired. I think you talked about travel and, the fact that they drove down here today and, they kind of had to find their sea legs, so to speak. And, I feel like certainly in the second half they've started to find them. It was a 5-goal game at half. It's a 5-goal game now. So after we went up about, I think it was 10-3 or 11-3 was the biggest lead that we had, they've started to kind of claw their way back into it. Unfortunately, it looks like with a minute 38 and down 5 goals, they've run out of time. But definitely a great performance from both teams so far. And I've really been impressed with Good Counsel here in this half. And I feel like they've moved the ball a lot better. And we've seen some great play from a variety of their players. And after letting in a few goals early in the third quarter, I feel like Matusik, their goalie, has done a great job as well. So great job by Good Counsel so far with just 2.5 minutes remaining. 1.5 minutes remaining.
Christ School will have possession here, and oh my, Hudson Ford just got pushed out of bounds. They just blow the whistle. No call or anything, so possession will go with Good Counsel.
Got to pick him up. Good job there. That was James Lilly with a great play defensively. But Good Counsel will get the ball back. 1:17 remaining. Mikey Peralta able to force a turnover. Theo Pearson gets the ball back to Hekimovich, who gets it up to James Lilly. Be nice to see Christ School able to put one home here in the remaining time, as that's Mikey Peralta. Unfortunately, that ball will go out of bounds and back to Good Counsel.
Pass disrupted by James Lilly.
Yeah, he's been all over the place these last couple minutes. Was an integral member of the state championship team last year. Was sick to start this year, but obviously his presence has been felt here in this fourth quarter. That will get passed up. Good outlet pass there. Somebody's got to pick him up. He's getting a full head of steam. A bouncer will go over the hoop. Over the hoop, wrong sport. I apologize. We'll go over the goal.
It is March, so.
Yeah, you're right. That's on me. Good defense there. Theo Pearson able to knock the ball loose, and he'll unfortunately knock it out of bounds, but able to keep the ball on the right side of the field. And 3.8 seconds left. As soon as the whistle blows, 3, 2, 1, and that will do it. Christ School will come out with a victory in their first home game of the year. Certainly we missed having them here on campus. Christ School comes away with a 13-8 victory against Our Lady of Good Counsel, the Falcons, who traveled here from Maryland. Thomas, what do you feel like? What are some sorts of things that we saw here that we can take away that we did well, and what things can we do to improve?
Well, first, to start off, things that we did well. Unfortunately, you're always going to let in a couple goals each game, but to see how they responded after the possession, able to go down, even 10 seconds a couple times, just really good to see, and especially getting those young guys in and getting some playing time early on in the season as we head down the stretch into this season. Things to improve on. Christ School's a top team in the nation for a reason, but I will say, they've done a good job, getting better with their man-up defense as well.
Yeah, I think one of the things we saw, I feel like we talked about at halftime how one of the things we've been impressed by was that they weren't turning the ball over. And I feel like in the second half, I think they gave the ball away. I don't think they were as crisp as they were in the first half. And that all comes with time. When you find yourself up 10-3, you got to make sure you continue to put it on them. I will say, I think Sean's going to leave a little frustrated with this performance in the second half. I think it was because of him we were able to get those opportunities that we did. But I know that for him, he's a perfectionist. He wants to stay around 75, 80%, and was probably a bit lower in the second half. So I think he would say that he needs to do a better job as well. But ultimately, it's fun to watch these guys play. We've now moved to 9-0. What a way to start the season. We'll face Charlotte Catholic this week. We've got a couple games next week, including a couple state games, which will ultimately be the most important in determining what our seed is for the state playoffs. So if we want the opportunity to host the state championship or host a couple playoff games, those will be incredibly important. And, it's just fun to have Christ School Lacrosse back on campus here. And we look forward here in just 3 days to bringing you our next game against Charlotte Catholic. I believe that game will also be at 4:30. And for those of you that tuned in today, thank you guys for joining us. I'm Bobby. This is Thomas. And we'll see you next time.